Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is my game. This is the game 1, the Pacific Admirals Edition, and my play by email match against Xargun. He's a light player, and for me it's the Empire of Japan. This is game version 26B on scenario 1. I pick here the dot base north of Darwin. There was a, I think, American submarine next to it. Luckily I have now some Navy bombers on ASW patrol. With a little luck I can create damage or even a kill. And this, I think, is a British submarine. And unluckily it is able to hit my fleet destroyer here in Gisborne port. And yeah, this is the first fleet destroyer I lose in this game. Before I lost only a third class destroyer in Mersing, I think. So this is my monthly production for March. Just thinking, because Japan built roughly only one destroyer per month, higher losses I cannot compensate. This was maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was able to sink a Dutch submarine with my own submarine, and now this is now the counter strike. And, it's not good. So long I lose only one destroyer per month, I think it's okay. 2 destroyers per month would be the maximum I can handle in the long run. First in 44, the Japanese starting the emergency destroyer program. I think at the time you can produce 3 destroyers per month. Good, I concentrate here on these Chinese units. They're trying to enter my city and creating a shutdown of the production. And I will normally not. This happened. I also have only a Chinese police force there, so nothing really can fight. Worst case would be that I lose the city. And this city is also not on the rail, so I cannot rail something. I must first rail and then move. And here is similar to Osthaven. There's normally no industry, so it's not really too important, but I won't get them off the map, these Dutch units, before they enter Osthaven. There's the Russian-Chinese terror attacks against my troops in the mountains. Of course, they did nothing. And yeah, these are the 2 motor patrol ships, I guess. My Navy bombers can scout them, but they don't really strike them. And this American submarine at Hokkaido, I think, get already 2nd or 3rd hit reported. But I still hear no sinking sound, so only a dead submarine is or a dead American submarine is a good submarine. A little more unloading. And the shock attack, because I must cross the river. Here's the end of the highway. After this I will need 2 days to cross the hex. And also no shock attack more, no river. But at least here I can create again additional damage. The enemy is fleeing, but they're not fast enough. I simply roll over them. There's no fighting force left, no engineers. These are only support units now. The post guy, the milkman, and whatever the allies have all in their army troops. This is still a bombardment. I'm waiting that my other forces more or less come around and then support me. And so far I pin down the allies. This is now my 13th army group, or my Wenchao army. Also breaking this block force. Xargun try to hold the mountains. Of course they cannot. And my Mongolian army can also break through again. This Chinese army group is not more really a threat. So 3 victories at least on land. And I also take Medan. Medan is very important, similar to Balikpapan. And these are only dot bases. More dot bases. And more. And I just unload here, I think, more troops. I'm not more sure, maybe I started already last time. But enough to defeat this Dutch and outright destroy them. Good, and I must hunt them down. So, and defeat on the seas, loss of a destroyer, air war standard, land battle are still all in my favor. I don't know if there was really any defeat. Naja, some struggle. I mean, some struggle in Singapore, struggle in Bendoeng. Clarkfield, Bataan was also not super easy, but at least successful. Up to now, every land campaign was successful for Japan, but not always easy going. So, standard, 1 flag kill or no ops losses. And the pilot is okay. For me, it was the most value Navy warship so far of all time. Let's say warships, allies, Japan, all time. Yeah. So the AMCs, okay, they are support cruisers. They have firepower, but they don't have maneuver value, so they don't escape enemy battery fire. They can only punch enemy cargo ships, not really warships. They, on paper, they have a lot of firepower, but again, they are only good for anti-cargo shipping. Tanker, cargo ships, something like this. The smallest destroyer will take them out. So I think these are not really warships, these are armed merchant ships maybe. So this is the first fleet destroyer. I always count fleet destroyers if they have this 2 5-inch guns. They only have this is the smallest, this is why they have 7. You can see they have a double turret and 1 single turret. So this is, I think, the scale down option from the Fubuki. Because the Fubukis was more or less the first design of modern destroyers for the Japanese. Then there was a Washington Treaty, and I think then they make some change. They say, oh no, destroyers, Fubukis, I think 2,000 tons, and then they say no, destroyers can only maximum, I think 1,700 for fleet destroyer leaders or something like this. Anyway, so these are the cheapest first line destroyers for Japan, but every destroyer counts. I don't have so many. And I was also not able to really sink a lot of enemy destroyers. If I see only destroyers. Official, I reported only 4 destroyers sunk, and only the Clark have the same number, this similar tonnage. Yeah. So, and allies have 3 times more destroyers. Good. Anyway, what was not so successful at the sea, I did in the air, because I suppress all the movements and destroy a lot of Chinese equipment. The Chinese are still moving, and there are nearly 20,000. So they're coming, and I still have only a minimum guard unit here. But the rest looks fine. I try to defeat these guys. Only problem is here, but I don't have really too much choice. I had the choice, but I realized it's a little too late. If I kick these guys, they will have the tendency to jump back to their own base. So they will have the tendency to jump back to this one. Because I have only 1 unit, I cannot move here out. Or if I move here out, the Chinese can kick me, and I don't really want to move out because I dig in. The best choice would be, but at that time I don't realize this, I could use here my small light tank captain. This guy I could more or less call out and move to this hex. Maybe the Chinese are still faster than me, but they're not much faster than if they want to walk here down, because I think tanks are still double speed than infantry, even in mountains. Anyway, this will maybe make some, or give me some headache in the future, we will see. Maybe I can still fix it in another way. And first I must kick them. It's only the future, I see. So my 13th Army Group was able to defeat the block force. Here was triple, this is only double, and this is single. So this unit is now broken. They cannot hold here, and they will be latest defeated here. I also arrive in Nanning. Let's see if I can defeat these guys and take the city. Not sure, or they will maybe jump out of the hex. This is only the side operation, the main body of my army group. This is the 23rd Army, so the Canton Army. The main operational goal is to take the city, so that I have the whole rail. Then I need only to take this city, and then I can really rail stuff easily from Canton or Hong Kong. I could normally more or less then rail unit in and out, and only must walk from Canton to Kokong and then rail them up. That is in the future, I think, important. Changsha is add-on. So in Burma we have no activity. The cruisers are not back. I was not sure if maybe Xargun will make here a non-stop bombardment, like go back to Calcutta, rearm, and back and forward and back and forward. It's a port of 5. Yeah, not sure. But I think the Allies have so many support ships. They have also this ammunition ships, so normally you can make this non-stop attack, and I'm not sure if I can really do much against this. If we come always in the night in, and at daytime we sail back, it's only consumes fuel, and fuel is unlimited for the Allies. Yeah. And it's too dangerous for me to use torpedo bombers. Here's too many fighters, 25 here, but many more here. And this is number 1 operational supply shipping, or air transport normally here. I think this is the shortest route, or 8. This is 12. Yeah. So normally the Allies will transport the fuel, or fuel and or supplies. Maybe fuel would be better in this case, because there's no fuel more coming for the Chinese heavy industry, so I think Xargun will transport fuel here to this hex because then you have a highway. This is a very easy transport of supplies and fuel. Anything else? Nothing here, nothing here. I took Medan, and I took Medan with minimum damage, so this is nothing nearly. So he's really nothing. And 2, I'm not so sure this was damage from maybe a bombardment before, or I don't know more. But this is more or less Medan is in 100% shape. After the blow up of Batavia and Surabaya and Singapore, at least one big base I took without damage. And 200 and 200 each. I mean, this is 200 supplies per day plus 1,800 fuel. That is not bad. I have an issue with transportation of fuel. I still have not the capacity to hold the fuel here, so I have spoilage. I don't know how much you will lose per day, but maybe up to 10% of the spoil. So maybe 4,000 fuel per day. But I try to bring here as fast as possible the tankers in and transport this stuff out. I normally need a lot more fuel here in Java, but yeah. Not everything is perfect. Here was a small victory, but there's nothing to gain here. All looks fine. I still take here some dot bases, not so important. I took the city, but here's nothing. Here's only super mini airbase. I think I will go to 10 at Kuwait and then we'll see for more. New Zealand, nothing. Still, this is only my transport fleet and going back. Preparation for the next stage of the war is needed to prepare. And here at New Zealand, everything looks normal. I will arrive normally tomorrow in Hamilton. No, this is Auckland. Yeah, tomorrow I arrive in Hamilton. The day after tomorrow I can attack in Hamilton. And in 2 days I would arrive in Auckland. And in 3 days I can attack Auckland. At the same time, normally my support army is here also in position. Hopefully I can take on these guys and then force them to surrender. Because if I stay in this hex and they attack, then they cannot surrender more. Retreat more. Yeah. Good, and my destroyer gets sunk here in the port. Not much I can do. Can happen. It's not that I lost the war because I lose one destroyer. Even if you lose 2 heavy cruisers, that is not so big impact. Even if you lose 100 bombers over Palmbang, it's also not enough to let me cry. Yeah, not today. Good, then see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.